Good day, traders. Welcome to my channel. Today, what I want to be talking about is a particular profile that I've noticed over time is really a high probability profile. I trade the weekly expansion. I trade one shot, one kill, which is basically short-term trading. So what I do is I basically looking for a POI which might deliver the weekly expansion. And the first thing to have in mind is for the weekly delivery, price only delivers to external range liquidity, fair valuation, key intermediates to short term highs, and lastly, Fibonacci projections. Those are the four objectives that I've noticed from my backtesting that over time price usually delivers to. And I think if you are patient enough to wait and see, to backtest, to study, you'll be able to find this on your chart. So I don't really show a lot of colors on my chart, but the only thing I show is price action basically. Because that's it. That's the truth about forex. If you want to be a trader, if you want to trade this forex market, it's all about the charts. It's all in the chart. And if you want to find the truth out, it's all in the chart. You don't need any book or whatever. So let's go into it. So the profile I want to talk about for my one shot one kill weekly expansion is the retracement profile, where Monday closes as an expansion. Remember in my one shot one kill when we trade, we always let Monday go. Why? Because Monday serves as an indicator that help us to know, that shows us where we should anticipate and when we can anticipate our one shot one kill for the weekly expansion delivery to occur. So the profile which I'm going to be showing to you on the chart, and its high probability delivery is the Monday close as expansion, and anticipated one shot one kill is retracement leg. So basically the retracement leg profile, and you know that only happens when Monday closes as an expansion. So every time Monday closes as an expansion, you're anticipating your one shot one kill delivery to be retracement to be in a retracement leg. Now there are two various types of this retracement leg. Number one, the retracement leg into London's range, and number two, the retracement leg intra-session. Now, the retracement leg intra-session, I want you to take note of this. This is something you have to always be doing when you are backtesting with me, when you are studying with me, and when I'm talking about the charts. Don't just watch and just let it go. Try to be taking note of everything, every key point I'm going to be highlighting on the chart. Um, let me give, hold on a bit. Let me highlight something here. So back to the profile. Every time Monday closes as an expansion, our anticipated one shot one kill is retracement leg intra-week, or is retracement leg into Monday's range. And the second phase is if we have Monday close as an expansion, and during the early London session we have further expansion, then we can anticipate our one shot one kill to be retracement leg intra-session. So I'm going to show you an example of that on the chart. It won't just be me talking. So here it goes. For this profile, the bias was bullish and Monday closed as expansion. That was the first thing we noticed because we always let Monday go. So since Monday closed as an expansion and I was bullish on my weekly, the one shot one key I anticipated was retracement leg. Now anticipating retracement leg, what happened the next day? Going into the London session, what did we see? Now this is the London session. Here we saw the London session started dropping down into what? Monday's range. And from hindsight, what do you see? We had the change in state of delivery inside the range of Monday, and you can see the weekly objective delivery. Now, remember I told you the objective for weekly expansion is either going to be delivering to fair valuation, Fibonacci projections, external range liquidity, or key intermediates to short-term swings. Now, on this chart here, we had two. We had fair valuation and external range liquidity, and you can see those were wiped out. So yeah, that was that for objective. Now for entry, um, for my entry, basically the best type of entry that would be the easiest for you to see is already given on the ICT YouTube channel. And these are basically breaker block entries, mitigation block entries, optimal trade entry, which is OT, or basically just the 2022 model. I think the 2022 model is the simplest version of whatever entry I just mentioned. So let's go into the lower time frame now and show what price offered for an entry. Now, just so you know, if you're anticipating a retracement leg into Monday's range for your one shot one kill, note you should be looking for that PDRA inside that range. It could be on the 4 hour, it could be on the 1 hour, it could be on the daily. But in this case, let me just tell you from hindsight, because I want you to go into your chart and study. From hindsight, it was the consequent encroachment of this week you are seeing right here. There was a 4 hour order block right there, and it was the consequent encroachment of it that served as the POI for the discount array that sent us going higher. So let's go into the 5 minute chart for entry. So I'm just going to be talking about the framework, showing you the framework and showing you entry. So entry and time also. So framework for the one shot one kill, entry and time. So when it was the New York session, you had the sweep of the London lows right here. Then going into the New York session, you can see a high failure to continue lower in a market structure shift. Then in this case, what you have now is a mitigation block, then a retracement, then that will be your entry right there. Now this arrow I highlighted is going to be your entry and your stop loss is going to be right there. So just so you know, again, the reaction was off of a bullish order block on the 4 hour, and in addition, London's low sell stops were ran, which led to this mitigation block change set of delivery for the weekly expansion. So this area right here was the POI where the change sort of delivery for the weekly expansion began, which was in the New York session of Tuesday's range. Now, this type of profile where your anticipated one shot one kill is retracement leg is the best type of profile you will get, and is basically, I think, the easiest type of profile you can anticipate in price action. So I'll be going over the charts and showing you several times on the chart where price action offer this type of framework for one shot one kill delivery. So money close as expansion, anticipated one shot one kill retracement leg. You can see London session made the retracement leg. Then during the New York session, we had the model for entry. And now looking at targets, you have fair valuation sitting right here, and you have external range liquidity. So whichever one favors you or favored you, you could have gone in with that. So entry was there, and TP here, TP wherever, and that's that. So let me show you another example. So it won't just be me showing you a particular example and that's it. Now, this is very nice. This is very nice. Remember I told you about the money closing as an expansion. We have two basic framework for a retracement leg. It's either going to be retracement leg into Monday's range or retracement leg intra-session. Now, a retracement leg intra-session will only occur if Monday serves as an expansion. Then going into the London session, you have further expansions to the upside. Now, this is where you need to be taking note of whatever I'm saying. If Monday closes as an expansion and then going into the next day you have further expansion to the upside, anticipate going into the New York session, going into the London close session, a retracement leg intra session, and that retracement leg intra session is most likely where the one shot one kill for that week is going to form. In that case, what do we see here? Monday close as expansion. We had further expansions to the upside during London. And going into the New York session was when we had our retracement leg. Now, looking at the 1 hour charts from hindsight, this retraced into these down closes, which are what? Bullish order blocks. So let's go into the 5 minute time frame now to frame what we'll have gotten as our entry. Now, Monday closed as expansion. We had further expansions during London. Anticipated model retracement leg intra session. Going into the New York session, we had retracement leg. Now, the best entry will have been just buying the bullish order block, which will be this arrow over here, and your stop basically at this low. But then, if you are looking for a New York session type of entry, all we basically had was total soup. You had a soup of a low, and price was already being reaccumulated inside the bullish order block, inside the favor lookup that was present there, and the price was looking to go boom. And now in this type of case, in this case, we didn't have that 2022 model. What we had there was kind of optimal trade entry. You could have used optimal trade entry to frame this setup. So there are several advanced type of entry that are required in order to be able to framework get this one shot one kill. And I'm going to be making about another video of what I think if you really want to like understand the way I trade and the type of entries I use, you need to watch some of the videos on ICT's YouTube channel. So it's not just you get onto the chat and you start making money. No, remember my slang, seek knowledge first. So let's go back to the 1 hour chat. So this is the second framework for retracement leg I was highlighting. The first one is retracement leg into Monday's range. The second one is further expansions to the upside, retracement leg intra session. And you can see that's what we had into a bullish order block on the 1 hour chart, and that served for the weekly expansion. Now for target, we had fair valuation at this premium, and we had um, a monthly level over there, and you can see that's what the price targeted. You can see the fair valuation was the draw, and that will have been that for price action. For the weekly expansion, sorry. So another case, in this case, we're bearish. Monday serves close as an expansion. Anticipated one shot, one kill always in your mind is okay. Monday close as expansion and I'm bearish. My anticipated one shot, one kill is going to be retracement leg, retracing into Monday's range. Now framing the swings for Monday, you can see this is already balanced. This is a new leg. Now it's best to anticipate the retracement leg inside of this range from this high right here to that low. That would be the best place to anticipate your retracement leg. And you can see from my side this was OTE, so that's not what we are looking to talk about now. So let's go into the chart to frame what price action had for us for an entry. So you're anticipating a retracement leg into Monday's range, and we're we're lucky we've got a key range where we're looking to frame the expansion, which is this leg in price action. So you're anticipating going into the next day, which is Tuesday, you're anticipating a retracement leg into this range for your one shot one kill to set up. So what did we have? Going into the London session, what we had was a sweep of the Asian sessions high, and going into the London session, we had a bit of consolidation. Then eventually, price made the market structure shift. Now, in this case, you have a swing high here, displacement, a failure swing here before you had the market structure shift. Now, in this case, you can take this as a 2022 model, but actually, what it is a mitigation block where you have a high, a failure to take out that high, and a break in market structure. A retracement to this is going to be an area for mitigation, which is what we call a mitigation block. So basically, that's why I said the best thing to just call everything is just 2022 model. And if you can study that 2022 model and use this as your entry for your one shot one kill using this particular profile, because basically if you are going to be anticipating a retracement leg, there is usually an order block or a fair value gap um in the on the higher time frame like the 1 hour or the 4 hour that price is basically going to retrace into. And most of the time on your 5 minutes and your 15 minutes, you are going to get this particular type of structure. You can see over the past two I've shown you now, we had this particular type of structure where there's a high taking, there's market structure shift and retracement. That is the best type of entry you can get. So yeah, this is very smooth. This was one shot one kill. And for targets, let's go into the 1 hour chart. Don't forget the examples of targets. Sorry, the list of draws for the weekly expansion delivery I told you about. Now for the target for this particular week, we had a key short-term low here, we had a key intermediate term low right here. Now from hindsight, what you see is price drew into the key intermediate term swing low right here. You could have used this key short-term low for your target. That would have been great, but from hindsight, I'm showing you what price drew into the intermediate term swing low. So yeah, that's a very good example. So let's go on to another. For this week, you can see Monday closed as an expansion. Your anticipated one shot one kill is what? Retracement leg into Monday's range. Now looking for a POI to frame your trade. You can see what we had from hindsight was basically the New York session low. That's why I think you really need to go and study ICT's work. Now, a, a, a learned ICT trader basically seeing this is going to know that a sweep of that New York session low from previous day's range is going to serve as a POI for a trade setup. So now, using this profile hindsight, anticipated model is retracement leg into Monday's range. Going into the London session, what you can see is retracement leg. Then what do we have for entry? Let's go into the chart. Going into the chart in the London session, what we basically had for entry is a Judah swing for entry. So hindsight, what we had was Asia closed as a consolidation. This is basically just power of three where you have accumulation in Asia, the manipulation in London, and expansion. So basically the entry for that was basically just buying the Judah swing. And when it's the London session, you had the Judah swing, running the Asian session low, running the New York session low from Monday's range, and boom, that was your entry for the one shot one kill for that week. So there are several factors you need to also have in mind and learn before you will be able to know about this. I think someone who has really gone through ICT's work, all I'm saying will be new to them, and if they are patient enough to backtest and see the truth, I think they will be able to use this to their advantage and find and basically make good money from this. So let's show one more example. In this case, Modi this basically close as an expansion. So let's skip this. This is the type of profile for this is another that's another type of profile. So let me show you this one. This one is basically very simple. Monday close as an expansion, anticipated one shot one kill retracement leg. You can see the London session served as the retracement leg. Now retracing into what? Hindsight is a bullish order block and there's a fair value gap there. Now we trace into what time? The New York session. So let's go into the 5 minute chart to see the entry that price gave for that. So 5 minute chart, what do we have? You can see into the New York session we have a high, a low, failure to take out that low, the displacement making the market structure shift, now retracement. So basically what we have is a mitigation block. So guys, this is where I'm going to end it. You've seen the similarities in price action in case of entries, and you can easily framework if you can easily framework this in your trading or into your trading, I think it's going to serve as a building block to profitability. If you can really be patient enough to find this in price action, you can see majority of all the entries I've shown are very, very similar, where you have a break in market structure and retracement. So my trading is not hard. Is if you can know the type of profile you anticipate that week, then you know what you're going to be waiting for that week. And if you don't get it, there's no trade. So hindsight, the target for this was basically external range liquidity. And if you are really an ICT trader, you will know that if we are looking at external range liquidity or an old high to be rated, we basically look at 20 to 30 pips above that height for TP. You can see 20 pips was what was offered for this trade into Wednesday. And that's that. What else do I need to cover? So basically, guys, this profile is really okay. Hold on. This look at this now. This is an example of the profile where you have Monday closing as an expansion, but then you have further expansion to the downside. In this case, you are bearish. Now, in this case, your anticipated one short one kill is going to be what? I hope you know what it is. Retracement leg intra-session. So intra-session for that day, you have the London close reversal type of um, trade setup, and yeah, it repeats. Its price is fractal. I think if you are patient enough, basically, you won't get it every week, but this type of profile is one of the high probability profile that's I would say that has made me a bunch of profits over time. Now, several of these that I'm showing you now, I was present taking them. I was present taking several of these. For example, this one, I was present taking this. Yeah, so, and also this one right here, I was present taking that. So, guys, the retracement leg profile when Monday closes as an expansion is a very high probability trade setup for a weekly expansion. And basically, if you know the type of entry you're looking for, basically just using the 2022 entry alone is going to be a high probability entry model. And if you can wait patiently to know what session is going to offer that, man, the sky is not even going to be the limit. So, with that said, guys, good luck and good trading. I hope you find the truth in this, find the truth on the chat through backtesting, and yeah, be safe.